light is annoying AF. Okay, hi. Welcome to my floor. I'm heading to the office and I need to get going, but I also wanted to give you an update, but I don't think I can. It's Tuesday. I started to film my vlog yesterday, but I didn't really have anything interesting to say yesterday, so that's why you just got a few clips. I do want to talk about the books I'm currently reading, which are Life 3.0, Spare, and I also started for real Elatsoe last night. But I don't think I have time to say anything right now. Hi. Let's talk books. Finally! It's Tuesday evening, I just got home. We had a game evening at the office. I did pretty well. We played some board games. It was fun. Let's talk about the books that I'm currently reading. I'm currently in the middle of a bunch of books. I don't know, it's a curse where I read multiple books at once. But basically, I have a hardback I read at home. I have a paperback I read while I'm commuting back and forth to work. I have an audiobook I listen to whenever I feel like it. And I'm also reading a book digitally on my phone when I feel like being a bit more subtle about my reading, I guess. That sounds weird. It's not weird, I promise. It's basically just in my work, I do a lot of data runs and they take time occasionally. So while I'm waiting for those to be completed, I might bring up my phone. I might read a few pages. Okay, current reads. Life 3.0. This is my paperback. This is my commuting book. I'm on page 174, about halfway. A non-fiction book about being human in the age of artificial intelligence. I'm still trying to figure out my thoughts on this one. There are some chapters I enjoy a lot and there are some chapters I'm not interested in at all. And I'm realizing more and more two things. One, I don't really care that much about those speculative scenarios, which is a big chunk of this book actually, like what might happen. These are the various outcomes. I want answers, but this is a topic where we don't have answers regarding what the future in regards to AI looks like. So it makes sense that it's very speculative and like we have all of these different scenarios, but I don't like that. That's just a personal. Second thing is I think I'm more interested in the individual interaction with artificial intelligence compared to a society's interaction with artificial intelligence. I'm more interested in the topic on a smaller scale, like how AI interacts with one person or how one person might interact with AI. I don't really care that much about how AI might come to affect a society, because for me it's basically it's like doomsday. I think it's more interesting for me when it's like, oh, what is possible to achieve for one person using AI. And this discusses it a lot more on a larger societal scale, which makes sense. Like the reasoning behind this book makes sense. It's just not my favorite topics, I guess, which I'm learning. I didn't know that before, so now I know, which is great. I am highlighting parts of it, which is fun. That's why I have this pen here. So I don't know if you will see anything, but some parts I do highlight because I find them interesting or something. I'm not really actively annotating it in that way. Who is this book for? That's an interesting question. Do I need to know about AI and like how it works in like the technical terms in order to read this one? I don't know, not necessarily. For the first couple of chapters, maybe yes, it would be a benefit if you have some sort of insight or knowledge about AI, machine learning, that stuff. It's not a requirement, but what you do need is an interest. That's, I think, as long as you have an interest in artificial intelligence, you don't need to have studied it or anything like that. As long as you're interested and intrigued, then you can read this book. If you think you can read this book in order to learn more about AI and how it works and like the basics of it and the foundation, no. I think that's what I can say for now. I'll talk about this more in a wrap-up. So I'm working on this. Hopefully I can finish it before the end of the month. My hardback, which I started kind of yesterday, I think, is Elatsoe. This is without the dust jacket. It looks really cool, actually. And I'm already 100 pages into it. This is written by an indigenous author. It's about a girl who can see ghosts, and we're in a world where everyone knows magic exists. So like vampires walk amongst humans. People talk about magic and ghosts like it's a regular thing. I knew this was gonna read young, but I don't think I anticipated how young it would read. I think the main character, I read somewhere that she's 16. She does feel quite a bit younger. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a very fast-paced book. and it does remind me a lot more of a middle grade than a YA or adult book. I expected more atmosphere. I'm not getting as much atmosphere as I thought I would. Honestly, I just want to get through this one as quickly as I can, which is perhaps a bit unfair to the book, but that's the truth. Because I have a hardback I want to pick up after this, and I want to finish that hardback before the end of the month. And that book is You Will Get Through This Night by Daniel Howell. I will see him live in February, later in February. I would love to have read this book before I go to his event. It's another nonfiction, it's his own book about like mental health and stuff and his struggles, and I would love to read it. As an audiobook, I'm listening to Spare by Prince Harry. I'm about 1/3 through it, 30% I think. So far it's mainly memoir, none of those controversial things. It's mostly about him, the death of his mom, how he dealt with it throughout his years, his experience in school, with his brother and all of that. So it's like any other memoir at the moment. And today I started reading Fever Dream, which is, I believe, is translated from Spanish because the author is from Argentina. The reason I picked this one up is actually because of Globetrotterathon, which is hosted by Kevin, and it's a year-long challenge where you need to read books each month that somehow relates to a certain part of the world. So for January it's South America, which is why I picked Fever Dream. For February it's the Caribbean, and then we continue to travel across the globe like that. And I really want to do this one and participate in it. I wasn't certain if I would be able to squeeze in the South American book in January, but since Fever Dream is about 100 pages long, I might be able to do that. Otherwise, I will just continue with it in February. But those are my 4 current reads, which might sound a bit insane, but I feel like I'm making it work at the moment, which is fun. Hi, I'm bedtime ready, but actually not yet, because I do hope to read a bit more in Elatsoe. And with a bit, I mean 100 pages. Last night I read almost 100 pages, I think maybe around 80 or 90, within 60 minutes. So I feel if I dedicate the next hour to reading, I should be able to read another 100 pages. It is a very, and I mean very quick read because of like the font, how it's written. It's incredibly quick, nothing like Babel or anything like that. And I want to knock this book out. I'm not loving it, but I am kind of enjoying it. Perhaps it's my fault for rushing it, but I do want to read this book, but also finish it. Hopefully it can change my mind in the next 100 pages. We're gonna have to see, but yeah. The illustrations are gorgeous though. I feel like this is gonna be the most boring vlog ever. It's Wednesday evening, I just got home. I worked most of the day, and then I went to the gym, met up with a friend, we went to her place, we watched the first episode of Last of Us. We're a bit behind, but we decided to watch it together. So yeah, I did enjoy that one, it was good. So now I just got back home from her place, I'm gonna have a shower, and then I need to edit my video for tomorrow, which is my 5-star predictions. Haven't really read anything today. It's been one of those days when everything that can go wrong goes wrong. I cut my finger this morning. I forgot my lunchbox at home. The network didn't work at the office. It's been one of those days. Also, I did not read those 100 pages yesterday. I read about 30 or 40 pages. So, not really sticking to that schedule either. But goal is for this week to finish both Elatsoe and Life 3.0 at least. Those are my main goals. If I'm able to finish those, I will start the Daniel Howell book. I won't be able to finish it before the start of February, but I will at least start it. Morning. I'm so tired this week. I don't know if it's because I'm working out or I'm going to bed way too late. I'm so stressed about stuff as well, or like everything I need to get done before I go away and all of that. Everything I need to read, everything I need to edit, all of that. I'm in a dilemma whether I should go work out today or not. I have booked a class, but I feel so tired. But I also feel like my body is really doing well, which is The tiredness is more here than body-wise. So I don't know. Hi. I feel like you're only seeing 3 types of Charlottes. We have morning Charlotte, just worked out Charlotte, and about to go to bed Charlotte. So this is the face you're getting today, or in this clip. I'm exhausted. I did go to the gym, as you might have seen. It was probably one of the most intense classes I've been to. Considering that I was considering to not work out today, it was quite tiring, but my body does feel pretty good. Damn it. What's happened? I've edited my 5-star predictions, put that up. I've scheduled a live show for Saturday morning because might as well. I'm currently reading Elatsoe, hoping to get to page 200. I only have like 30 pages to go, so should be fine before going to bed. Tomorrow is Friday. Not yet sure of my Friday plans. It will either be going out with friends for an after work or head home and like read. Or edit videos, I think. Edit and film videos, we're gonna have to see. I'm like halfway through Spare. It's getting to the weird parts now. And I've read a bit more in Fever Dream. Those are my updates. Hello. It's Friday night, crazy night out. No, but seriously, I was so conflicted today because at first I didn't want to go out, but then I went to the office and I realized I did want to have plans for the evening, but then my plans got cancelled, and then I tried to make plans and that didn't work out, so I ended up home, which was probably for the best. I feel like I have so much to do or things I need to do before I leave. Basically, I got home, I filmed a video, I finished editing my video for Sunday, so that's already done. I've watched some booktube and now it's like 9:30 already. But I thought I would continue with my jigsaw puzzle that I started on January 7th, I think. Perhaps it will be some nice relaxing times before going to bed tonight. So I lit some candles. Here we have the puzzle. And this is cool. I made some tea in this really cute cup or mug set that I got from my friend for Christmas. So it's a lemon. And what's cool about that is because I have a lemon theme in my kitchen. So like, there we have a lemon print, there we have something, and I have some other lemony things around as well. So, cheers! So now I'm gonna work on this jigsaw puzzle, and while I do that, I'm gonna listen to the audiobook I'm listening to, which is still Spare. I think I have like 3 hours and 45 minutes left of it or something like that when I'm listening to it at double speed, so I won't finish it tonight, nowhere close. But I'm slowly making progress at least, so that is good. Time to hopefully make some progress on this beast as well. My 1 hour jigsaw session ended up being 1.5 hours according to the audiobook. So I only have 2 hours and a quarter left, which is nice. We're going into the part in the book now where Harry has met Meghan and they've started their relationship and all of that. I'm surprised that, perhaps I shouldn't have been surprised, but I feel like it's quite late in the book that we're introduced to Meghan for some reason. I expected it to be the more central part because that's where all the juice and tea and gossip have been lately. But it makes sense that I guess 2/3 of the book is about his life before. I don't remember if I mentioned it, but the book starts with basically the death of Diana and how Harry dealt with that and how he did in school and how he entered the war and so on. And it's only about, I would say with a third left of the book that we're actually introduced to Meghan. So it's interesting to hear about that. Most of what he has said so far matches with the first 3 episodes of the Meghan and Harry documentary that is on Netflix. I've only watched the first half of it, but it's basically the same thing, how they met, that they went to Africa together, and then how their relationship was revealed and so on. Same angle as every night. I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to read a bit more in Elatsoe before going asleep. So I'm currently reading it. I'm 200 pages in. One thing I'm noticing is that every time I pick it up, I'm confused. I look so shiny. That's because I have oil and creams and stuff on my face. Every time I pick up this book, I always am a bit confused at first. And I'm wondering if it's perhaps because it's so fast-paced, like I'm reading it so quickly when I read it, that I don't really, I guess, remember a lot of the things that are happening, or like my mind doesn't really care for the things that are happening because it moves so quickly. So every time I read a new chapter or like pick it up the day after, I'm like, wait, what were they doing? Why are they there? Like, I don't remember the circumstances that brought them somewhere. It's either that, or because every time I'm reading it, I'm slowly falling asleep because I'm reading it late, so I don't really remember the last couple of pages I read. Could be that as well. Is it too fast-paced? I like fast-paced books, but I'm not really, my mind isn't really registering anything that's happening, I guess. I don't know, or perhaps I'm just not into the book. Could be that as well. But I'm gonna read a bit more and then go to sleep, wake up early tomorrow because I'm doing reading sprints and Femke is joining me, which is very exciting. Kind of regretting putting the sprint so early, but that's because I have plenty of things I need to get done this weekend. So gotta stay productive and effective. Hi, I'm currently sprinting. The computer is over there. And I'm now reading Life 3.0. I finished Elatsoe. I decided to give it 2.5 stars. It's not necessarily a bad book, it just wasn't for me. It was too fast-paced, I didn't really connect to it. It read younger than I expected, and I also expected more atmosphere and lyrical writing than what I got. But like the characters were fine, the writing was fine, the idea and the plot and all of that was fine as well. It just wasn't what I was into at the moment. But now I'm working on Life 3.0. Femke from Bookish Buddies joined me for these sprints, which was so much fun. It was so great to catch up with her. It's been a while. So I'm on the final sprint, about 20 minutes to go. Then we will wrap this up. Then I need to get ready for the weekend. My brother is coming to pick me up. I will go to my parents' place and stay there. I will bring this book. Hopefully I can finish it today, actually. I'm so conflicted about this book because I really enjoyed it at first. I didn't enjoy the prologue or like the hypothetical scenario. I didn't enjoy that. But I enjoyed like the first, second, and I think third chapter. But then so many chapters have been so like speculative and hypothetical, which makes sense, but it's not what I enjoy. And then these last couple of chapters have been mostly about like the universe and cosmos and space, and not what I expected in this book. It's interesting to read about. It's not my main interest though. And I don't know, I would love to go back a bit more to the specifics of AI. But I understand why this is relevant as well. I'm just surprised to be reading about the universe and how it's expanding and all of that now. We'll see where this book ends up. At first it was at a strong 4-star. I think it's inching down. Hi! Sunday evening. Haven't updated you this weekend, I think, mainly because I was at my parents' place for this weekend, hung out with them, prepped some things for my vacation, all of that. I'm about to do some laundry soon. I'm also supposed to be cleaning my apartment a bit. I did continue to read though yesterday. I continued with Life 3.0. I should really try and finish that one. I have, I think, like 60 pages left or something. I started reading You Will Get Through This Night by Daniel Howell. I'm 40 pages in. It's alright. Actually, I don't have that much to say about it yet, but I think it's gonna be a fairly quick read. Otherwise, I'm mainly snacking now and watching Friends. That has basically been my weekend. I'm not certain if I will make any more updates for this vlog. I do apologize if it has not been the most interesting vlog, but this is a good deception of what a week for me looks like. Basically, it's waking up, going to the office, going to the gym, coming home, relaxing, cooking, filming or editing, trying to squeeze in reading whenever I can, and then repeat the next day. Like, my life isn't that interesting. But hopefully you will get some more fun vlogs later on. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please take care and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes